So I've seen people who are working on, say, a startup. One is from, say, a North Campus college, one is from an off campus, one is from South Campus, two are from some private university. So it's like people from DU, they come together and work on different aspects. Be open to experimentation in college, be open to exploring things, be it new fields of interest, meeting new people, exploring new places or new fields.
Hi everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to the fourth episode of Perspectives. Today we have with us Suhani, who is a second year student at Jesus and Mary College, University of Delhi, studying her Bachelor's in Commerce Honours. Hi Suhani, how are you doing?
Hi Ashi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm also doing good. Let's directly dive into the questions, okay? Let's talk about your first year at JMC and Delhi University. How has it been?
So I do think that any time would be like less to describe my first year because there's been so much. But if I'd just like to say, use one word to describe my journey at JMC, it would be it's been a beautiful journey. And when I say beautiful, I don't necessarily mean that there have been all those, positive or happy moments. There's been a fair share of moments where I felt that things are not falling into place or I don't have my people with me, stuff like that. That happens to everyone. But as I say, eventually everything comes back to place, and that is one very important thing that the first years taught me. Ki even though at times you might feel that you're not on the right path, you might keep on questioning some of your decisions, but with time things they eventually fall back, and you have your people, you have things to lay back on, and that's actually one thing that's been my supporting factor in the entire first year. And obviously I've learned a lot that why girls say that JMC becomes their home. I've learned why people say कि college life पता भी नहीं चलता है कैसे निकल जाती है, because I still can't process how first year's already over. And I've learned what is the importance of female friendships. I've learned to meet and interact with so many new people, because school mein you have like a lot of people around you and you know almost every one of them. It's like a comfort zone that you have. But college mein you're in an entirely new place on your own with entirely new set of people. You try experiment on a lot of things. So I think the first year has been a lot about experimenting with people with different fields of interest, different platforms actually. But it's been fun. It's been a roller coaster ride, but it's been fun.
That sounds great. Like, how would you summarize the three takeaways you had from your first year? Three
Okay,
takeaways.
so yeah, three takeaways. All right. So, first thing would be, and this is also something that I'd want to tell people who will be joining in now, like as freshers. So, the one important thing, since we are addressing the people who are not just, so there's a set of people who work hard and they get into their dream college. There's another set of people who do work hard, but things might not work out and you do not get into your dream college. So I do think that I've learned all of these three things my own hard way, and everybody learns it their own way. But I think that one important thing is that comes with time is acceptance. That is the first and the foremost thing that is very important for anybody. So there might be that exam wale din kuch ho gaya, you might not have been able to perform well, preference sheet mein kuch problems, so it could be a lot of reasons. What's important is that you look back and you understand where it all went wrong and you make sure that it does not happen again. But acceptance is something that's very important. You have to accept where you are and make the best use of the resources that are available at the current place. क्योंकि मेरे लिए it was, I was very happy with JMC, but it took me a very long time to come to terms with the fact that I could not make it to my dream college. I've always been that studious and topper wala bacha, but I could not make it to my dream college. So it was very hard to accept that. But um, it comes with time. So I had my fair share of, crying and stuff for that. But acceptance is the one thing that's very important, because once you accept that fact, you start taking things positively and you start making the best use of the resources or the things that are available to you at hand. Second thing would be, so okay, for me, if I would like to sum up my second sem in one word, it would be networking, because I've made like beautiful connections with people in these last 3 to 4 months, the best and the most unexpected connections with a lot of people in the entire DU circuit. And so personally for me, one important factor for this has been LinkedIn, and I would suggest every person out there to go make an account on LinkedIn and at least start being active on LinkedIn. So when I say be active on LinkedIn, I don't necessarily mean, posting content. So for me, writing comes very naturally. So content writing on LinkedIn was something that came naturally to me. That was a personal choice. But when I say be active on LinkedIn, it means, constantly staying in touch with the app. You open the app, you follow your creators, you read their content, you engage with their content, you engage in conversations in the DMs, you connect with industry officials, things like that. So I think that networking is one very important thing. Reaching out to people. If I would be honest, I can like show you right now, okay, when I was allotted JMC, I randomly reached out to around 25 to 30 seniors of my college, essay, like asking them how is JMC, things like that. And whenever this comes to your mind कि मैं किसी को reach out करूँगा, why would they want to help me, just question that, what is the worst that can happen. The worst is that they can say no. What then? You can move on to the next person. You can know where it went wrong, कि आपने जो reach out का message लिखा, maybe that was something was wrong in that. You can work on that. So I think LinkedIn is one platform that you can leverage for making connections, reaching out to people, and connecting on a very personal level with people. For me, that has been LinkedIn, and a lot of other college events. You can go on different colleges for drives and stuff like that. But the one important thing is reaching out. क्योंकि कॉलेज के 3 साल में networking, I've understood, is one thing that is going to help you like lifelong. So you need to understand, you have to build that courage to be the first one to take that step and talk to the other person. And the one other important takeaway has been to not go crazy in the race. So there have been times wherein I've seen so I have always been in that very competitive environment school se. So I've been kind of wired that way कि I used to fight for that 1% school में marks में and all of that. But so I've been kind of built in that way. But यहाँ college में आके I realized that people are doing so much and I can't catch up to what everybody else is doing. I have to understand that I do my thing and she's doing her own thing. So it came very hard to me because I've been in that competitive spirit for a very long time. So I used to see people doing so much, and taking inspiration from that competition is one thing, but once it starts getting to your head, it is not a good sign. I mean, you have to know when to stop. Taking inspiration from others, somebody's exploring this one thing, so you can try out and explore that thing, but that does not mean that you make it your sole purpose. So I had this experience. I saw people doing one specific thing, say XYZ, and I went crazy for it, and I spent like 3 to 4 weeks just doing that. I had to compromise on my academics, I had to compromise on my personal things just because I wanted to do that one thing जो हर कोई कर रहा है. And later on I realized that maybe that is not my thing. So at the end of the day, it's always you do you. You have to know कि जो आप कर रहे हो, that has to, maybe what they're doing is aligning with what they have the ultimate goal out of the 3 years that they want. For me, it might be very different कि I want a personal growth for myself that can come in a very different way. So सबका अपना journey है in these 3 years, and you have to know that looking at someone and comparing, that comparison comes very naturally when you're in college. But that's also one very important thing that college teaches you, कि at the end of the day, it's you who has to, you compare yourself with, say I compare myself with how I used to be say 6 months back, and I see that growth. That is what's important, कि you can compare yourself to how you were a year back or something. You have to work on yourself. That's, I think, one more takeaway.
Definitely some great takeaways. Like something I could relate to myself. Like you learn to accept things once you look at things very differently in college. So that is something really very important. Now let's come to your college, Jesus and Mary College. The college is very less talked about. I don't know why, but very less talked about. So let's just come to some pros about JMC. 3 pros and 3 cons about JMC.
Okay, so JMC, I do believe that it's less talked about, but I think the first takeaway would be that for me personally, so that comes very personally to it's a personal choice, but I think that being in a girls' college, and I learned that like just 1 month into college, I was super happy with my decision of freezing JMC in the after the first round of allocation, because for someone like me, a girls' college could have been the best choice for these 3 years, because I do think that when you're in a place where you stay with girls all the time, you're able to see the different aspects of that one gender of the society. You're able to see how confident girls are, how hardly they're working, how immensely they're putting an effort to, say, someone's working on a startup, someone's working on a food based social cause. So you are able to observe that. Then the female friendships factor comes in a girls' college. One more thing about JMC is that that's what I have observed, that in JMC you have a very gradual and a very smooth growth trajectory. That's what I think, because I believe that growth is the best when it comes from within. When there is a forced growth, key you are working on yourself just because everybody else is doing that, so you're doing it, that becomes a forced growth. I don't believe in that, because I think at some point to the एक extent तक you'll be able to work on that, but after a point it won't come naturally to you. But when the growth is from within, it's always successful. And I think JMC has taught me this, because I know people. So I have a friend, she's pursuing CA, and now she's a CA finalist. So when she posted this about this, she told us about this, I was so happy for her. Then I work in, say, I write a lot, so I wrote and presented a research paper. She was so happy for me. So we both have our different paths, we both have a different growth trajectory, we have our different goals, and we're doing our own thing. And that is the one very important thing, that you support each other in that process. It's not that since she's doing something, so I'll be doing that, because a lot of people are doing it. It's a very gradual growth process, it's not very forced. That's what I think in JMC, because when that competition gets on your head, I think it becomes very forced. So JMC has that one thing, that people here support each other and they are genuinely happy for each other, and that growth comes in a very smooth process. It happens very naturally, it comes from within, and you are able to work on yourself every single day. So I'm able to see the growth in myself from the past 1 year, how I used to be a year back, and I'm able to see that, and I'm very happy with that. And I think that is something very important, that when it comes from within. So these are, I think, the prawns. And obviously the campus is very aesthetic, completely suited to girls. Very aesthetic campus.
Some cons. Let's talk about 3 cons of JMC.
Okay, so I think one one very important thing that I personally felt, and that not a lot of people told me before, was that, so I always am a person who loves to stay busy throughout the day, keep on working on different stuff. But I think that and I expected that a lot from the societies in JMC, but a few societies that I was a part of, they're not that active. So you have to be the one. So in a lot of colleges, I've seen that the societies are extremely active, and people are on their toes almost every time. They're working on different new stuff. I think in JMC you have to be the one taking that initiative to work. You have to bring up new ideas. I think that also works in a positive way, when you have to be the one taking the initiative to work harder. But I did feel that a few of the societies are not that active as I expected them to be, which could have helped me. But then that also works in the positive sense, that you get the opportunity to take the initiative and maybe start something new, start up a new project for that society. I think that. Secondly, since JMC is a convent, so there is an extreme issue of attendance for people who live far away. It's so I live in Noida, and I have to go to Chanakyapuri. That attendance issue, that traveling becomes a problem. But I think that's a problem for everybody who lives far. But for attendance, I think JMC is extremely strict, because of it also being a Christian college. So they're very particular about you attending classes. Teachers keep a note of every time you speak in the class, you ask for that internals and stuff like that. So I think that is also one important thing that is to be kept in mind. And yeah, that is it, I think. Other than that, the fest and everything is pretty much similar to what happens in other DU colleges. So there's nothing that is different as a con or as a pro. But yeah, I think this was it.
Okay, so when we talk about preference list, generally what doubt comes in is JMC or Gargi. Two colleges versus हो जाता है when we talk about preference list for BCom honors. So what do you think? Which college is best for BCom honors when it comes to ranking in the preference list?
So when I made my preference list, so I'll tell JMC for me was on number 9 for me on for BCom honors, and I kind of made this list with a counselor I had for helping me with this. So I trusted them and I did my research for this, and JMC turned out to be the thing that the college that I can place on number 9. But I do understand that this competition does come, but for me there were a lot of reasons for keeping JMC above the other girls colleges like Gargi or Daulat Ram, Kamla Nehru, such colleges. So I do think one of the reasons was that in JMC the faculty is very, I mean, they're very particular about everything that you do. They keep a note of all the things that you do, like in class, outside class, you go for any specific events, you take up an internship, you have to keep them in the loop with all of these things. That works in both ways. So if you want to say get some new opportunities, I have a new opportunity in my hand and I tell that to some of my heads, so they'll communicate them to the teachers and it can work for the better that other students can get to know about that opportunity. So for me this has worked in the positive way that a lot of times some students, they got to know about something and the teachers, they make sure that that is communicated to every other person. So I think when teachers, they are kept in loop with all of these things, so and that is related to the academics as well as extracurriculars. So when the teachers are kept in loop with all of these things, I think that works positively for almost every student. And this I came to know from a senior while I was making that preference list. So I think that was something that I kept in mind while making my list, that this can work positively for everybody. And then again, the area surrounding the college was also one thing that I kept in mind. So, and that's something my mother also wanted me to keep in mind. So the campus and the location of the place. So these are a few things that I kept in mind. The crowd that comes to the college, that's also one thing.
Okay, so let's now talk about the top 10 colleges on your preference list for BCom honors. How would you rank all the colleges?
Okay, all right. So I had SRCC, LSR, Hansraj, Hindu, Kirodimal, Ramjas, Venki. Then I had, I think I had Khalsa. Then I had JMC, and on number 10 I think I had Shri Guru Gobind Singh. That was the list I made for myself.
Okay, that sounds great. Generally, what comes into people's mind is JMC being a convent and Christian minority college. Is there any changes in the social environment that you generally face being at JMC?
So there's this one thing that, so I have, say, a class of 35 people. So out of those, if 20 are Christians, or say 15 or 17 are Christians, so there's one thing I've observed, that they tend to interact a lot more with other Christian students and their interaction with us is very minimal. So I think that is the one thing that comes into picture. But there's also one thing that I've observed, that Christian students in my college, or in my batch at least, they're very sweet. Like, you go and ask them for about anything, you ask them about you want any help in some academics, you want to understand something, you want to collaborate on something, they'll be always willing to work with you. But there comes a language barrier, because there are a lot of people who come from the south. So that language barrier does come, because they speak in their native language almost all the time, and it makes it easier for them to interact with other Christian students. But since we're not able to converse with them in that language, so sometimes talking to them in Hindi becomes a problem, because they are well versed with only their native language or English. So talking to them in Hindi, or when teachers are explaining something in Hindi, it becomes a problem for them. So that's why our teachers have also taken to speaking in English only while in the classes. Like, they can't use Hindi, because most of the Christian students, they don't understand that.
Okay, so let's now come to CUET. Okay, the results will be coming out very soon. So let's talk about your score and the 3 tips for CUET for the upcoming batch. Will be giving CUET next year. Any 3 tips?
Okay, so since we had normalization during our time, so my score was around 775. It came down to 755 after normalization, and so this was my score for BCom honors. Now, talking about tips for the students, the first and the foremost thing is you have to focus on NCRT. That is the one very important thing, a thing that I also missed out on, because I was a lot into taking help from extra books, and I lost my focus on NCRT during those 2 months. क्योंकि boards के लिए एक बार I prepared, so I thought that it's going to stay in my mind, and so I started using the extra books. But I would not suggest doing that during that time that you get for preparation of your CUET after the boards. I suggest again go through the concepts of NCRT, focus on the stronger concepts, stay connected with your stronger concepts, and also start working on the basics of at least the weak concepts. Because if you go into the depth, you might not be able to cover that up. But it's important that you know the basics, so that if a question comes, you might be able to start with it, you might be able to work a little bit on it. But also make sure that you stay connected with your stronger concepts. So focusing on NCRT would be one thing. Secondly, I suggest boards pe make sure you give your complete focus, because a lot of students, they might stop worrying about their boards, considering that okay, only CUET is the way that you can enter into DU. But that's actually not the thing, because I personally saw that since I focused a lot on the extra books during that time before CUET, I think what I studied the entire year for boards, that is what helped me getting this score in CUET. Because when you study during the year, it never goes to waste. When you focus on your boards, you're working on a subjective thing, but CUET, as we know, is on an objective pattern. But understanding the concepts and everything, it remains the same. So I'd say that focusing on your boards is one thing that nobody should neglect. You have to make sure that you keep your focus and keep working hard for the boards. You need not neglect them at any cost, because that's ultimately forming the foundation for the further CUET preparations that you'll be doing. And I'd say that develop a habit of if you have a course that requires GT as a required subject, and I'd just suggest that make it a habit of continuously preparing for the GT. Take up one book, or take up one specific newspaper, one specific website, any source, because see, GT के लिए भी obviously nobody can predict कि GT कौन से source से आएगा. So it depends a lot on your personal understanding of the concepts. So I'd say that develop this habit of reading. Maybe say develop the habit of reading through InShorts. There's a website called Vion. There's a lot of websites that are available, newspapers, books. Make that a habit, because it's obviously going to help you for the GT, but it's also, once that becomes a habit, is going to help you in a lot of your society interviews as well, in a lot of other things that you take up in college, because obviously general knowledge की एक habit बन जाती है, तो you stay updated with a lot of things, and it's going to help in your CUET, because GT में the questions, they're very diversified. You can't really predict कि कौन से specific source से आएगा. So I'd suggest that GT के लिए make it a habit that you constantly work on it. And there's one more thing, that so for me personally, maths is a subject that I fear the most. I still do. So I suggest that for every person, and I think that is a problem for a lot of students. So I would say that if that is the case, then make sure that you work a little harder on maths right from the beginning. Make sure you have very clear concepts for maths, because concepts are going to be the one very important thing that's going to help you in your objective based questions also. So make sure you have them very clear right from the beginning. Work a little extra, do NCRT again and again, क्योंकि आना सब NCRT से ही है. Just make sure you keep on doing it again and again, and if you know that it's your weak subject, please make sure, don't neglect it for the end. Just make sure that you work harder on it right from the beginning.
Some great tips. Let's move to the fact that being at Delhi University is generally considered that Delhi University is overhyped. So what's your viewpoint on that? What's your opinion on DU being overhyped or being called overhyped? So yeah, that.
So I think DU completely justifies the hype it deserves. It completely justifies the hype it gets from students who are at DU or students who are outside. कि कोई you say if you talk to someone from any other private university also, they'll be saying कि DU के हो तो DU के students they are differently identified. But I think that it's because DU, this entire DU circuit that we have, I have observed this personally, that DU ke log, they connect at almost every level. You can, if you don't know how to start a conversation, you talk about attendance issues, you talk about internals, you talk about DU ke fests. There's like so much in common that people from DU they connect at almost every level, and that is the one thing that helps you network. Since I mentioned beginning maybe that networking is the one thing that is very important for you in these 3 years of college life and aage also. And I think DU provides the best platform to connect with people. So I've seen people who are working on say a startup. One is from say a North Campus college, one is from an off campus, one is from South Campus, two are from some private university. So it's like people from DU they come together and work on different aspects. They can connect with each other in multiple ways, and I've seen these kind of collaborations. So I went for this event. I think it was in Hansraj. I went for this conference. There I met some people from. मतलब वहाँ पे there were 70 people. They were all from different colleges of DU. I talked to almost like 40 or 50 of them, just like randomly reaching out. Why? Because we are all from DU. कुछ ना कुछ common निकल जाता है to talk about. You network with them, and there's like still a group of 5 of us who are still so in touch. It was just a 2-day conference, but there's a group of 5 of us. We are still together, talking to each other, planning that okay, we'll be doing this competition next sem. We'll be doing this collab the next thing. We'll be making a collab post, something like this. So I think DU is definitely worth the hype it gets, because this platform that you get to connect with people, it is immense. And it's not just connecting with people from your batch. You connect to your seniors. Now we'll have our juniors. You connect to your juniors, and there's no such barrier that exists. You can talk to any random senior from any college. If you have any doubts, you can talk to them and they'll be really willing to help. That comes from a personal experience that people are always ready to help. So it's just a matter of reaching out and connecting, and I think DU gives you that. So it's definitely worth the hype.
Exactly, like networking at events is definitely a great opportunity to know about everybody's life, everybody's college. So yeah, definitely DU gives you that.
And you
Now
connect
let's, yeah.
on and you connect on say academic levels, extracurriculars level. You connect on personal levels. Like somebody from a very random college, you talk to them, they become so close friends with you that you could not have imagined. Because ये लगता है कि कॉलेज का एक लिमिटेड वो है, उसमें आप सारा दिन रहते हो. Then you make friends from people from other colleges. You're so far apart, but you keep talking, sharing things. So that's also one other positive aspect of it.
Yeah, I agree to that. Now let's come to the last question, or the second last. Let's discuss about some tips for the first year students who will be coming to college right now with a lot of insecurity and a lot of not so confident personality. So what would you describe or literally suggest them, like in the first year of college? What should they do and what steps should it take in order to be confident and not to be that scared or insecure about themselves?
So there's this one thing that I myself learned, that when you come from school to college, it's an entirely different environment. You will be in a new place with 1,000 new people, new personalities that you'll be meeting. So it's very important to experiment with that. Like be open to experimentation in college, be open to exploring things, be it new fields of interest, meeting new people, exploring new places or new fields. Like for example, if I say that I know that I'm not interested in say, or I've never tried out say stock market, so I might, so this first year is actually a completely open ground because there's not much academic pressure. So you have the entire year in front of you, and you can just go on exploring different fields of interest. Something that you thought that you are certainly not meant for, you might try it, and you might come to terms with it. You might start understanding, developing an interest in it. I myself had 2 experiences wherein I thought that, oh, this is definitely not meant for me. I started watching some videos, talking to people who were experienced in that, and it turned out something that I almost loved doing the entire day. Just be open to exploring different things. Secondly, there's one important thing that nobody tells you directly, but it's very important for you to know that you will there'll be making and breaking of friendships a lot in the first year, and it continues throughout the college life. But it does happen in the first year, and you're maybe not really prepared for it. So you become friends with people, you start knowing them, but then a few things might happen and you might not end up being that your vibes might not match, things might happen, a lot of things can happen. So college life, this is one thing that college life teaches you, that people, they come and they go, but the real ones, they'll stay with you forever. So that's one thing that you should be very prepared for, that you will definitely, so it takes time to find your people, because there's an entire bunch of new people that you'll be meeting on the very first day. You'll not be able to understand who is your person. And please just don't expect that you will find people like your friend group like you had in school. You'll have similar people here in college. There'll be differences of opinions, there'll be a lot of differences, different personalities out there, but you need to be very ready to explore, and you should be prepared that people will come, people will go, you'll experiment with that, but eventually you will find your people. That is one important thing, that even though at some point you might feel that vibe नहीं match हो रही इसके साथ, या कुछ problems आ रही है friendships में, या you're not able to have things handled the right way, but at those points it's important to understand that eventually things will fall back at place, you will find your people, and that's one very important thing. And one more thing is that you will obviously be very insecure. So I've been in that place wherein I've been very insecure about the path that I've chosen, whether it's the right decision for me. There'll be a lot of times where you'll be doubting the decisions that you've made, could be in any respect, where you might question that whether I'm on the right path or not, or a lot of people are doing these things, I'm not doing that, am I still on the right path? So there'll be times like this. But so I personally am a person who loves to share it with others. So I have always had this person I can talk to about these things. It could be a friend, it could be your parents, it could be siblings, any senior from your college, it could be anybody, but I always made sure to talk it out whenever I was feeling confused about a lot of things. Having those raw conversations with people, that actually helps, especially in the first year of college when you're not that experienced, you do not know anything about people, life के lessons अभी सिर्फ सीख रहे हो, you're in the process. So I think talking it out is a very important thing, and that has worked in a good way for me. So I'd suggest that people, when you're insecure about things, if you are comfortable doing that, then make sure that you talk it out, because that really helps.
Some great tips. Let's now move to a very generalized opinion of girls' colleges being called toxic. Last year, जब मैं videos देख रही थी on YouTube, there were a lot of people talking about girls' colleges being toxic and them feeling insecure being in girls' college, or them talking about being in a co-ed college. They wished being in a co-ed college but got a girls' college. So, what is your opinion on girls' colleges being called toxic?
So okay, I'd also share this one thing, that when I was allotted JMC in the first round of allocation, and so I was sitting here with my mom, and when she saw JMC, she was extremely happy. She said, "You're going to freeze it here." I was of the complete opposite opinion, that I'm definitely going to upgrade, because I come from a co-ed environment. I won't be able to adjust in a girls' college. But pretty much like 2 days afterwards, my decision was changed. I decided to freeze JMC. So what happened was that I talked to a lot of seniors, as I mentioned, that I messaged like 25 to 30 seniors from my college, just like that, randomly reaching out, asking how is the college, what is it like to be in a girls' college. And I connected personally with like 5 to 10 of them on a very personal level. I talked like in a very transparent way to them that I come from a co-ed environment. I don't know how I'll be able to adjust in a girls' college. So I think that is also one way that you can really understand this. Talk to a person who is already studying there. Talk to them on a very personal and a very raw level. Ask them about your insecurities, that you feel you'll not be able to adjust in a girls' environment, all girls environment. But 1 month into college, I was extremely content with my decision of freezing JMC. For a person like me, a girls' college could have been the only choice, like the best choice. So I think, but I also know people who are still not content with their decision. Unko academics, curricular, extracurriculars, fest, and everything, they're very happy with it. But just that one factor that it's not a co-ed environment, that is something that keeps on disturbing them, and they wish ki, we could have been in a co-ed environment. But for me personally, it's been like I am able to understand why people say that JMC, or for that matter a girls college, becomes their home. They find those true female friendships. I'm able to get a hang of it, why they say so. So it's like there are a lot of myths about girls college, but it's actually not that hard to adjust in a girls environment. I come from a co-ed college, now I'm in a girls college, and I'll be here for 2 more years, and I just wish that there could have been more, like there could have been more time to spend here at this place. Because I do think that when you are in a girls environment, so it's like आप आगे जाओगे, you'll go for MBA, you'll go for job, it's obviously going to be a mix of a mix of girls and boys studying together or working together. But I think that when you're in a girls college, you're able to focus a lot on your personal development as a woman, that when you get out into that co-ed environment, you're able to handle the situations better. You're able to, because you understand yourself so much in these 3 years being in an all girls environment, because girls get girls like no one else can, and I just genuinely believe this. So I think you're able to understand yourself so much that when you get outside of this, when you step out, you are a completely changed personality. And when you get into a co-ed environment, it's absolutely wrong to say that you'll not be able to adjust back in a co-ed environment, because now you know yourself so much better. You've worked on yourself on these 3 years so much that when you get into a co-ed environment, you're able to present yourself and assert yourself as a very developed, as a very well-grown individual. So I think girls college does that to you, and I truly believe this in just a year of college. So I don't think that any of those myths are true.
Okay, so these were all the questions I had for you. Any closing statements before the podcast gets over?
So I'd just like to say that these 3 years of college are actually going to be the very significant years of anybody's life. They're going to act as a foundation for what you will be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years down the line. And it's very almost like really okay if you do not know what you want from life at any point, if you are unsure about your decisions, about your friendships, about what you're doing at the point. It's all right to be confused, because I have been in that place a lot of times, and it feels absolutely amazing when there is someone who can tell you that it's okay that at times you don't know what you want. And first year mein, because you come in from a very different environment to a very new place, you have a lot going on. So it becomes important that you stay sane and you focus on yourself, give time for yourself, and make sure that you understand that it's okay. You will eventually you will figure out. You still have 3 years to figure out. And please, one important thing, that do not go crazy in that race. Make sure you do your thing. Don't always go on comparing, because I know that comparison comes very naturally when you are in this environment today, when we see this extreme competition. So it comes very naturally, but it's important to understand that you have to do your own thing, the other person is doing their own thing. You have to determine what is your ultimate goal, what you want from these 3 years of college. सबकी अपनी journey होगी 3 साल की, and everybody wants a different thing out of these 3 years. Someone might want that they get a very good placement, someone might want a very good experience out of the societies or some projects, someone might want on their personal growth, someone might want to work on their passion. It's very different, and सब अलग अलग तरीके से करेंगे वो. Just make sure that you don't let it get to your head what other people are doing around you. You make sure that you decide what you want from these 3 years and work towards it. Just make sure that don't waste these 3 years, because these 3 years are going to be very crucial. They're going to determine how you develop as a person. So be it in any college, जिस भी college में आप हो, just make sure that you develop yourself, grow as a person, so that after 3 years you're able to say that your college life was a very meaningful phase because you worked on yourself in these 3 years. And obviously make some like lifelong friendships and connections with people here. That's one thing that is also very important.
Okay, thank you, Suhani, for joining in. I had a great time talking to you. and definitely we'll be conversating further. Also, guys, Suhani is very active on LinkedIn. I'll link her LinkedIn account in the description. You can go follow her or talk to her about any doubts, or if you have any questions, you can just comment down in the comments down below.
Thank you so much. It was great talking to you about this, and it's a really great initiative. I think I'm very positive it's going to help a lot of students out there. So I'm just so happy that I could contribute to it in some way. It was great talking to you.
Thank you, Suhani. Guys, like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel as we'll be coming very soon with the 5th episode. So that was it for the podcast. Bye bye.